Managing the consequences of an active shooter. What happens after the active shooter is done? After the active shooter is incapacitated, the scene is safe. Management, or church leaders, should engage in post-event activities to include accounting for all employees' injuries and or deaths. This is where it starts getting real hard.
Because you got to know who was in church that day.
Assessing the mental state of all your church members. Get help for employees to include medical and psychological. You can be talking to a lot of people afterwards. There should be a procedure for dealing with the aftermath of all critical incidents, fire, flood, natural disasters, or active shooters. Emergency action plan. Recognize indicators of potential violence. An active shooter in your workplace or church may be a current former employee or an acquaintance of a current or former employee. Intuitive managers and coworkers may notice characteristics of potentially violent behavior in an employee. Alert your human resource department or your church leaders if anyone exhibits potential violent behavior. Employees typically do not just snap, but display indicators of potential violent behavior over time. If these behaviors are recognized, they can often be managed and treated. Potentially violent behaviors by an employee may include one or more of the following. This list of behaviors is not comprehensive, nor is it intended as a mechanism for diagnosing violent tendencies. That's my disclaimer. Increase in alcohol consumption. Someone didn't used to drink that much, and now he's drinking every day. Increased absenteeism. Used to be a member, used to be here every function. Used to be here every Wednesday, every Sunday, everything. Now he's not coming as much. Noticeable decrease in attention to appearance and bad hygiene. Starts to stink.
Now, just because they start to stink, don't mean they're going to come in here and shoot the place up. Okay?
His hair is getting messy, nasty, oily. Resistance or overreaction to policy and procedures. What do you mean they can't wear a hat in here anymore? That's just stupid. Repeat violations of policy. Increase in mood swings. Happy 1 minute, mad next, depressed. It's like, hey man, what's up? Notice the unstable and emotional responses. Explosive outburst.
Now, I know y'all have those in church service anyway. But it's okay. Those are okay. Right, Pastor? Those are good.
Suicidal comments or thoughts. Giving away personal belongings. Talks of putting things in order. Here, I don't need this anymore. I don't need it. I'm fine. I got my life in order now. I'm ready to go. And you also hear someone saying things like that. Might not mean that they're typically going to be an active shooter, but they do need help. Because suicide is a problem. Behavior, the suspect of paranoia. Everybody's out to get me, man. Big brother's watching. Why'd you do that? What do you want? Causes problems at home. Escalation of domestic work problems. Talk of financial difficulties. House, bank took it, car got repoed, lost my job. Well, what I get to live for? Talk of violence, plans committing violent acts. That's a big one. This is the biggest. Empathy with individuals committing violent acts. I can understand why he wouldn't shot that place up. I understand exactly what he's going through. I know why he did that. Oh, really, do you? We need to talk.
In the hour and a half we've been here, not a single one of y'all have said, well, I can understand why he did it. That's not rational. That's not what a rational person is going to say. I understand Columbine, We don't. There's no understanding to it.
If we understood it, we'd probably be able to stop some more people from doing it. That's the problem. The human mind works in weird ways. It's one of the things we don't understand. Recognizing indicators of potential violence. Just because someone has some of these indicators does not mean that they are going to going on a killing spree. Sometimes people just have bad days or bad weeks. If someone's having issues that last, ask yourself, is there any harm to being safe rather than sorry?
report the behavior, it might be the thing that actually helps them. Someone might be suicidal, you report it, they get help. Guess what, you saved a life. You might have saved the life of everybody in here.
Emergency action plan, that big EAP thing I've been talking about. Best prepare your staff for an active situation, create an emergency action plan, an EAP. Conduct training exercises together. Together, the emergency action plan and training exercises will prepare your staff to effectively respond to help minimize the loss of life. Create an EAP with the input from management, stakeholders, facility owners, local fireplace. The EAP should include the following. A preferred method of contacting 911 centers. An evacuation policy.
Y'all have a plan for fire here, right? Did the building was catch on fire? Y'all have exit signs posted? That's- okay. We'll go over that. We'll get together afterwards. We'll sit down, we'll go over something. We'll help put something together for you.
Emergency escape procedures. Emergency alert system for the office.
Our church. Right now, if there was to be a fire, how would you let everybody in the church know? Get out, it's on fire!
Or if you're up there with the microphone on the loudspeaker.
Yeah. If there's an active shooter, yell active shooter, active shooter, active shooter. Everybody get out, everybody run, something.
Well, I said, we'll go all, we'll get something together.
Local hospital information, where the injured will be taken. That way, loved ones, everybody know where their family members are.
Ensuring employees know locations of exits and escape routes.
Without looking straight at me. How many exits are in this room?
4.
That's right. Very good.
Okay. Notice the quickest exits from wherever you're sitting.
Yes, ma'am.
A preferred method of contacting 911 centers, what is that?
The preferred method of contacting 911 centers, it's an emergency action plan. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put together with church leaders, we're gonna designate team leaders, our marshals. They're gonna be in charge of certain rally points. They're gonna be in charge of, like, one marshal will be in charge of ensuring everybody makes the head count at the rally point. Another one's gonna be in charge of making sure there's a 911 call made. There's gonna be a secondary 911 caller. Those are the primary ones that make 911 calls. That way 911 centers don't get overloaded if possible, things like that. Proper training for emergency incidents. An off-site rally point. Like right now, as we're saying, run to 285, apparently you're not gonna be able to run to 285. Well, yeah, kick it.
If there was a fire or an active shooter or something, where are y'all gonna go right now? Where would you go? Y'all are just gonna go out and leave, right? But, I mean, realistically, on an active shooter, you're not gonna go out and get in your car and leave. Right?
In a fire, parking lot. Get far in the parking lot. Active shooter situation.
I would say the
Rock
next
Springs
Rock
Baptist
Springs
Church.
Baptist Church.
Walmart.
Rock Springs,
Rock Springs is closer.
the entrance to the park.
Yeah, somewhere away from the building. You're gonna get far enough away where he can't come out and start killing people again. And you don't ever wanna just rally up right behind the building or anything, because he might have bombs set up now.
Wow.
That's one of the techniques that active killers use, is they'll cause mayhem right here, push everybody this way, and then, oh, boom, everybody's dead.
Designate employees to do certain duties in emergency, marshals, lead supervisors.
Some of the 911 caller, whoever's gonna keep track of everybody, who's gonna, make sure, this door's locked behind us so that you can't get through it.
Implement accountability system, keeping track of employees in emergency, records of who is in what section, what rally point they're supposed to report to.
There's no harm in having a primary rally point and then a secondary rally point. Let's say Rock Springs Baptist Church would be your primary. Rock Springs is on fire for some reason. You can't rally there, go across the street to the park.
Do y'all have a church registry on service days? Or,
You refer to reg.
you know, like, yeah, y'all don't have anything like that?
Training, the most effective way to train your staff to respond to an active shooter situation is conduct a mock active shooter training exercise. Local law enforcement is an excellent resource. Recognize the sound of a gunshot. Who in here has heard a gunfire?
Besides on TV.
Like close up inside of a building. Cause it's a lot louder.
Yeah,
It's a lot louder. You hear a gunshot down the street, that don't count. Not them all. Boom!
yeah, it's like that.
Cause it shakes you. You can feel a concussion. Oh yeah. What do you do when you hear a gunshot? Run, hide, don't panic. Last thing you wanna do is panic.
But most people look, though, right?
Yeah, you're looking like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's instinct. You hear something, boom, you're like, what the, oh, I gotta go. Actually running through an active shooter scenario. As we're talking about. Work with local law enforcement and active shooter training. In conclusion, every active shooter incident is different. It should be treated that way. If you're involved in an active shooter or killer incident, remember, run, hide, evade, fight. Because that is what's gonna keep you alive. Remember to try to stay calm, follow your emergency action plan, and think your way through the incident. Remember, a calm mind is a better functioning mind. That's how let's say it together. A calm mind is a better functioning mind. Okay. Y'all got any questions?
It's a lot to process, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I think Lieutenant handed these out to everybody, I believe.
I didn't read the book.
You didn't do those? Okay, these are just little booklets. It's a little pamphlet. It helps you, it's just a active shooter dues, if you have ever get involved in one, but I mean, I don't expect you to carry around in your pocket. But it's something you can look over and remind yourself every once in a while. Also, the Department of Homeland Security has excellent information on how to prepare yourself for an active shooter. There's tons and tons of stuff. Did everybody get one of these?
Yeah.
Halfway to balance, okay. This is just some of the, warning signs. And then the mass gatherings ones, did y'all get these too? In some ways, prepare yourself if you ever go to like ball games or any kind of functions or anything to that extent. I got a couple of discs over here. Mr. Terrell has them. They have more forms on them. If you guys want to get copies from them, you'll have them. Other than that, y'all have any more questions? Oh, y'all full of questions to the whole thing. They ain't got no questions.
I got a question. Can it happen here?
Yes.
Do you have a better understanding now on what to do?
Yes.
I believe you do. I believe
Don't
Detective
learn
Murphy
something like that.
puts together a good class on this, so. Will you forget half of this if an actual active shooter occurs? Probably. 3 things, remember, what?
Run, hide, fight.
There you go.
Yes, sir.
One person came, but every, he has other people around him blocking the exits.
If one person came,
Yeah, one person came in, but other people was blocking the exits.
like, if one guy was to come in here, but people were blocking the exit here,
And it right everywhere.
everywhere, like if you had like 4 or 5 people with him blocking the exits, you're just gonna have to fight, I guess.
Do you think all
If you
y'all,
can't run, if you can't run or hide, fight.
could y'all take me down?
Yes.
All of y'all could, right?
Now, I think, there she is right there, the pigtails. I think she gets it.
If your life depends on it,
Yes.
you
Yeah.
can do a lot of things. Okay?
The adrenaline will kick in.
Because
Okay,
who is always with you?
God.
amen. We're gonna have any questions? That's my contact information. If you wanna drop that down, if you ever have any questions, we're more than happy to answer them.
Thanks for taking my.